Christmas morning should have been quiet on the plantation. Instead, it began with screaming. Before sunrise, the bells rang not for prayer, but for sale. Enslaved families were forced into the yard, barefoot in the cold, while traders adjusted their ledgers like it was any other business day. Among them stood Sarah. She was 22, thin, exhausted, and holding her baby boy Eli wrapped in a torn blanket. He was barely 6 months old, his first Christmas, possibly his last with her. The master never looked at her face. He only looked at the child. A trader offered a price. Another laughed and offered more. Sarah clutched Eli tighter, but hands grabbed her arms. Chains scraped the dirt. She begged, she screamed, she dropped to her knees. "Take me instead," the answer was silence. Eli was ripped from her arms as the sun rose. His crying echoed across the fields while Sarah was dragged back to the quarters, bleeding, empty-handed. By noon, the plantation celebrated Christmas. Roasted meat, laughter, wine. They sang hymns about peace while a mother stared at the wall, rocking nothing in her arms. That night, when the songs ended and the candles burned low, Sarah stood up. She didn't cry anymore. She moved quietly through the dark, carrying a single oil lamp. She knew every building, every door, every weakness. She had worked this land since childhood. She started with the storage barn, then the cotton house, then the main hall. Flames climbed fast, fed by dry wood and grease soaked into the walls. Horses screamed, bells rang again, but this time in panic. By the time the overseers reached the yard, fire surrounded them. Sarah was seen one last time near the riverbank, her dress glowing orange in the firelight. She never returned. By morning, the plantation was ash. Records burned, ledgers gone, profits erased. They never found Eli, they never found Sarah, but for years afterward, people whispered that on Christmas morning, when the wind passed through the ruins, it sounded like a woman singing softly like a lullaby. And no one ever rebuilt that plantation again.